Alright, this lesson is over how to find the volume of right rectangular prisms that have fractional edge lengths using models. Okay, number one says find the volume. The way that we find volume is either volume equals area of the base times the height. Another way you may see it written is volume equals length times width times height. These are the same thing for rectangular prisms because the way that you would find the area of the base is length times width because it is a rectangle. Alright, so volume would be equal to 2 times 1 1/2 times 1 1/2. When you have whole numbers and mixed numbers, you need to make them all into improper fractions. So whole numbers can be turned into an improper fraction by putting it over 1. Mixed numbers, you can multiply the denominator by the whole number, then add the numerator. So 2 times 1 is 2, plus the 1 is 3 over 2. Same thing here, 2 times 1 is 2, plus the 1 is 3 over 2. Your denominator stays the same. Okay, and then to multiply those fractions, we just multiply straight across. 2 times 3 is 6, 6 times 3 is 18. 1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4. So we have 18 over 4. Okay, that's an improper fraction, so we need to change that into a mixed number. 18 divided by 4. Okay, 4 goes into 18 4 times. 4 times 4 is 16. So we have 2 left over. So our mixed number will be 4 and 2/4. Okay, that fraction can be simplified because 2 and 4 have a common factor, which is 2. We divide both of these by 2. We get that the volume is 4 1/2, and the unit of measure is feet, so it's cubic feet. All right, our standard says that we'll find the volume of right rectangular prisms with fractional edge lengths by packing it with unit cubes of the appropriate unit fraction edge length and show that the volume is the same as it would be found by multiplying the edge lengths of the prism. So that's why in this next question we are going to figure out how many 1/2 foot cubes can fit inside this rectangular prism. So I'm going to have to figure out how many 1/2 foot cubes would fit along the front, along the side, and along the height. So this is where modeling will help us. If we need to know how many halves fit across the front, how many 1/2 foot pieces are in 2 feet, you can literally draw it. 1 foot, 2 feet, split them in half, and you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 1/2 foot cubes would fit along the front. Okay, then we have 1 1/2. There's 1. Draw another one. That one doesn't count, so we have 1 1/2. We want to know how many 1/2 foot pieces can fit here. So we split this in half. So there's 1, 2, 3. Same thing for this 1 1/2. There are 3 1/2 foot cubes that would fit vertically. So to figure out how many 1/2 foot cubes would fit in this rectangular prism, I do 4 times 3. That will tell me how many fit on the bottom layer, or on the base. Then we multiply it by how many will fit vertically, how many stacks of that we can make. So we multiply by 3 again. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 times 3 is 36. So 36 1/2 foot cubes will fit Number 3 says, what is the volume of a half-foot cube? Okay, we can also figure that out by length times width times height. Another way you may see the volume formula written for a cube is volume equals side cube. That just means side times side times side, since all the side lengths are the same. So 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2. So that's 1/8 of a cubic foot. So while 36 of these will fit, the volume of each of these half-foot cubes is only 1/8 of a cubic foot. So we're going to see how that relates to the original volume. That 4.5 cubic feet is the volume of this shape. So how can 36 half-foot cubes fit? So number 4 says, how does the number of half-foot cubes relate to the total volume? We have 36 of those half-foot cubes, each of whose volume is 1/8 of a cubic foot. So if we multiply those 36 cubes by the volume of each cube, and we can put this whole number over 1, 36 times 1 is 36. 1 times 8 is 8. That's an improper fraction. So we need to do 36 divided by 8. How many 8s are in 36? There are 4, and 8 times 4 is 32. Got 4 left over. So that gives us 4 and 4/8. Okay, 4 and 8 have a common factor. Their greatest common factor is 4. So to simplify this fraction, I divide the numerator and denominator by 4. And I get 4 and 1/2. So the 36 cubes multiplied by the volume of each cube gives us 4 and 1/2, which is exactly the same as the volume of the original shape. So how much this shape holds does not change depending on the size cubes that it's packed with. Thank you for watching our video.